Yeah, so there are a couple of points that I would want to expand on that came out, in that conversation. It was my mentor and former lecturer, Johan Galtung, who said, "Let 1,000 dialogues prosper." So dialogue is very important when it comes to finding solutions to our national issues. But you see, we have developed a toxic culture of criminalizing normal dialogue. So I did mention about the question of how propaganda around regime change has made it difficult for civil society to engage political leaders out of fear of being name-called regime change agents. So it's very important that we highlight that political leaders, particularly those in government, are the primary duty bearers. And engaging them is not a criminal offense. Whether they be in the ruling party or in opposition, remember the opposition is running our urban councils and their government, so there is absolutely nothing wrong in engaging them when we are trying to find solutions to the problems that we face. The second point there that I want to highlight is the criminalization of this conversation around, regime change. And that's the power of narrative. Now suddenly everyone thinks that regime change is a criminal offense. There's no criminal offense called regime change according to our criminal law here in Zimbabwe. In fact, regime change is a constitutional principle that is found in our constitution on the founding values and principles, particularly if you go to section 2C, which speaks about the principles of good governance, in which the state and all institutions and agencies of government at every level include the orderly transfer of power following elections. So the reason why we engage in democratic processes, it's because we believe in multi-party democracy as outlined in section 2A of the Constitution, which speaks about a multi-party democratic political system. And in a multi-party political democratic system, if you then go to section C, the Constitution says we must embrace the orderly transfer of power following elections. So that's regime change, a principle that is in the Constitution. And change is the only thing that is constant, because we're looking at how do we transform the situation of ordinary people. And as long as we engage these conversations within the boundaries of the Constitution, it's not a crime. There's nothing illegal about that. We are free to engage our political leaders because they are the primary duty bearers. And we can talk about multi-party democracy, including the orderly transfer of power, without feeling guilty that we are committing any other crime. It's not criminal.